are already on. You can greet our audience, like always.
Uh, like always. All right,
Yeah.
well, welcome back. We have a great treat for you guys, and we're here again with our video games, talking about video games, cool stuff, movies, whatever comes up. But this time, since we're going to go into the new year, actually, we already are into the new year. We cooked up something special for you guys, right?
Yeah, we have some special discussion for you.
There you go. Because we want to introduce you to the new year with this, how do you say, with this type of cheer of gaming. How about that? How about that? That
That
sounds good.
yeah, that sounds about right. Plus, we're due of all the time that we've been doing this, and when we had the
hmm
previous project and all that, we never had a game of the year discussion. This will be our very first game of the year discussion.
That is true, actually. We haven't had nothing. We never talked about it. I mean, we've seen the awards for 2015, and we had a few questions about that. We weren't too happy what was actually nominated, and I mean, most of the stuff was cool. I mean, what was out there, but we did have questions, and we decided that, you know what? Why don't we come up with our own, right?
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, we came up with our top 10 game of the year,
Yep.
best
Right.
games, and eventually we are going to reveal this how it's going to work out. Charlie and I have separate lists. Charlie has his own list. I have my own list. I haven't shared my list to Charlie, so he doesn't know my picks. I don't know his picks. So since we don't want to make it too long, because it's gonna be 20 games that we will talk about, we'll just try to go briefly into them. We'll start five each and see what's up. See how it goes. Keep in mind this is our
Exactly.
very 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 first ever discussion
Yes.
game of the
So
year.
exactly. So just bear with us. And hell, I mean, even though we screw this up, we're talking about video games. So, I mean, really, what can go wrong?
Yeah, and please keep in mind that while we're doing that, I'm playing Bloodborne, so it's not like this is live commentary. I'm not used to play and talk a difficult game, so I'm sorry if I get distracted a little bit. It's just because the game. All right.
Yeah, if he answers a little bit late than what he's supposed to, that's because he's actually focused on Bloodborne. And if you haven't heard of Bloodborne, it's a very, very challenging game. There's nothing easy about it, you know. So, I mean, I love the game though. The game is awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna start on an easy area though. I'm gonna start on from the. I'm already on New Game Plus. New Game
hmm
Plus, yeah, no, New Game Plus, not Plus Plus. Um, so I already know what I'm doing, and I will start from the beginning. So yeah, let's hope I don't get too distracted and everything goes well.
Just do your best, man. I trust you. I believe in you.
All right, so let's get started. I want before anything, I just want to mention the games that didn't make it on my list, but they were good games. They could have been probably on my list on previous years, but
Right.
this year, well, for starters, this year was really really good for games. We had really really good games, a lot of really good games. So there's a lot of games that you won't see on my list. I will mention just some that are worth mentioning, but they didn't make my top 10. But they could have made it any other year. And you will see a couple surprises actually. Now, on my runner-ups, I have Galaxy, I have Rock Band 4, Tales from Borderlands, Resident 2 Revelations, Life is
Oh, okay.
Strange. Life is Strange. I
Uh-huh.
didn't finish playing that game, so that's why I couldn't rate it higher. But I've heard really good things about Life is Strange. And
Yeah,
Halo.
I heard it's pretty good indie.
Yeah, I will eventually get it. Probably get it once it gets physical release, and I think it's coming like 2 weeks with physical release. And
Cool, cool.
and
And which
Halo
one? What's next?
and Halo 5 didn't make it on my top
Halo
10.
5 didn't make the list.
It didn't make it
Master
on my
Chief didn't make the list.
it didn't make it on my top 10. Now that is due that I explained about Halo. I don't think I don't. The problem for me with Halo was that well the single player, everybody knows about the shortcomings for the single player.
Sure.
Um, the multiplayer, many people has praised it and
Hmm.
all, but I have not been able to play multiplayer, so I cannot judge the game by the
Yeah.
multiplayer.
Right when you said that, I knew exactly what you were going through, and I knew you were going to say that. That's why I didn't even, I'm not even surprised.
Yeah, that's why you don't see it on my top 10 because I cannot judge the whole game because I multiplayer
Hmm.
hasn't worked for me. Um, well, those are the games that didn't make it on my list. What games didn't make on your list?
What games? I mean, these games are runner-up, and when we say runner-up, we don't mean they suck or they didn't make it. It's just that there's so many games out there. Whatever the games that we name now, I mean, they're part of our list for a reason. We remember them and we had fun with them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that these runner-up games suck. It's just that there's so many games that we have to, we have to put them in line. So let's see. The first on my runner-up is actually Call of Duty 3,
Hmm.
and I'm surprised to say that myself, dude.
All
Because I
right.
mean, like I told you before, I only played up to Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2, and then after that I quit because it seemed like a cut and paste type of thing. But then you know, some of my coworkers and also gamers said, hey, you know what? Let's get this. Let's play together. I gave it a try, and actually I enjoyed it because it's like a one package deal. The game is so it's pretty versatile. I mean, you have of course you have the story, which is decent. You have the multiplayer, which never ever ends, and also you have the zombies, which is more strategical and tactical instead of just a runner up and shooter. And also there's a nightmare mode. There's going to be more maps, so it's kind of like an ongoing thing, a lot of replay value. That's why that was part of my runner up. So, and when I mean Call of Duty, I mean Black Ops 3, by the way, not Call of Duty 3, Black Ops 3. So
All right.
that's one of them. And also, I also have Rock Band 4. I love Rock Band. I mean, we used to Rock Band back in the day. So whenever there's a party, it's like a virtual karaoke. I love the drums.
Ah.
It sounds like I'm making tacos in Guadalajara. Was it Cuatro de Machaca? Was it the tac, 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 tac? Yeah. So Rock Band, it's fun. I love Rock Band. It's fun. So that's one of my runner-ups, and also Destiny: The Taken King. I mean, that's what I like about that is with the Taken King now Destiny is actually a complete game. I mean, when it first came out, there was so much missing with it. There could have been much more. The Taken King should have been the complete game for Destiny because it has all the maps and all the missions and everything else. So that's one of my runner-ups is Destiny. And the next one is one that I actually do like. It's Dying Light. I really like that one.
All right. All right.
I mean, what we go wrong with parkour and zombies, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually a pretty fun game. I
Yeah.
I won't mention there are some games that didn't even make it on my runner-ups list. Didn't make it on my
But
top
they're
10.
fun, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I won't mention I won't mention which games because I don't want to spoil anything on my list. But
Okay.
there were so many games. There are a lot of good games that didn't even make it on my list. There are games that I didn't
Yeah.
even mention. One game that might be critical acclaim or whatnot is because I didn't play it, so I have no opinion about it. So well, now that we got those games out of the way, let's get started with the top 10 games of the year, or
Okay.
more like top 20 some because some of your games will be
Top 20.
some of your games will be on my list, so it won't be like 20 different games.
Exactly. So we'll do so you say your 10, I say my 10, you say your 9, I'll say my 9. We'll do it like that?
Yeah, that should be better.
Okay, that should be good, huh? Okay.
All
Okay,
right,
so let's see.
all right.
Number 10.
Go on.
The drum roll. Okay. My number 10 game is actually Batman Arkham Knight.
All right.
That's my 10.
Okay, so why is your number 10?
Actually, I enjoy the game. I still play on and off. And I like the fact that they keep on coming out with these DLCs. I just got the Most Wanted pack DLC. It adds like 5 extra missions with what's it called? Croc
Uh,
and the Mad Hatter and also Mr. Freeze. Yeah, just 5 different missions. And I just sometimes like going around and kicking people's asses because I'm a badass. I like the combos. I mean, I know it's different. It doesn't have that snap-on combo with certain enemies. It's missing that, makes it a little bit more difficult. But to me, it makes it a little more challenging. So I enjoy the game. The game looks beautiful. The graphics are awesome, and I don't mind the tank.
uh,
What's it called? People say, oh, the
the
playing the tank is, yeah, the Batmobile. It doesn't work. It doesn't fit. But for me, I love it, dude. I mean, I'm good at it, and I like the fact that how like yeah, the targeting systems, you could dodge it and everything else. I'm good at it, and I like it, and I think it's full of action. So that's part of my 10.
all right. Okay, so my number 10, it will be a surprise. It will come as a huge surprise. In fact,
Her
is
story.
no, no, fuck that game. Fuck that quote unquote game. Quote unquote,
Oh,
and
that's your number one.
I
That's your,
stress
that's your number one game.
I stress the quote unquote. No, number 10 is Forza 6 actually. Why?
Oh, Forza 6.
Yeah, because well, the first thing is I'm pretty much the first Forza game that I play. So I was actually expecting a Gran Turismo type of game, but actually it is more arcadey. So it was easily accessible to a newcomer like me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I get a lot of replay value of that game. Actually, I still play it once in a while. Sometimes just a day of the week, I just pick that game and I just play all day. And to me, driving games are always relaxing. Like I can just drive, and something I don't do in real life because I hate driving in real life.
Yeah, I
But
know. I know.
but on games, I just found my zen spot. I can just drive around and just forget about things and besides that, the game graphical looks really good. The mechanics are really good. It has a lot of unlockables and customization options. So a lot of cars, a lot of tracks, and you can just blast your favorite tunes while playing the game, and
That's
it's
pretty cool.
yeah, it makes it for a really good time actually. So that's why it's my number 10.
Awesome. Okay. That sounds pretty good. I mean, I actually heard pretty good stuff on Forza. It has some great detail, actually. Physics, in other words.
Yeah, yeah. The rain effects are really cool. All the weather effects are really cool. Bottles and all that. I think graphical. I think Drive Club looks better, but Forza plays way much better.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. But well, the Drive Club is a game of 2014, so we won't discuss that. We won't discuss all games now. Only 2015 games.
Okay. Cool. Cool. Let's keep it at that. Sounds good.
All right. So what's your number 9?
My number 9. Now, this one came a little late last year. That sounds weird saying last year because that was like yesterday. But yes, this one came a little late. Just Cause 3 made my number 9. Now, why it made my number 9? Why it made my number 9, even in my top 10 list? The game is actually it's beautiful. It looks great, and I love the physics in the game as well, like exploding things, crumbling, destroying bridges. It does become a little repetitive, but you have the choice to change that. You could do you could do mini how you say mini missions and like little side quests to get more gears to open mods in the game. So I mean, some people say that it's repetitive, this and that, but you could change it. You have the choice to change that up yourself, and also you have the choice to either to take down one bullet. You could just use the grappling hook to pretty much grapple things or tether things together. So I mean, you could change it up as you want, and you could play with your own pace. So that's one of the good reasons why Just Cause 3 made it on my ninth place on my top 10.
All right. Awesome. Awesome. So okay. So my number 10. Regardless of the hate this game has got, has gotten.
Number 9.
Number 9. That's right. I'm telling you, I'm trying to not get
Top 10
killed.
again?
I'm trying not to get killed in Bloodborne.
I know. I know.
Uh,
You need total focus, too. You don't need to explain yourself. Trust
this
me.
is Bloodborne on hard difficulty. Podcasting while Bloodborne. Okay, so my number 9. Besides all the hate the game got, I still consider a worthwhile entry on the series. It will be Battlefront. Uh,
Cool.
well, the game is beautiful. It has
Mm.
it has apart from the order, 1886, it has probably the best graphics on consoles, and
I believe that.
it is very faithful to the Star Wars saga and all the iconography, the sounds, everything is very very Star Wars. The mechanics are solid. The shooting feels really tight. When you get into the huge battles and you get into the rhythm of the game is really really fun. Um, it has a lot of things going on for it, and actually the game is getting better a little bit with the latest DLC, free DLC with Battle of Jakku. You got some new modes,
Uh-huh.
and they are improving and balancing the game even more. So it is one of those games that will be getting better with time. I just think, well, people need to give a little bit more patience. But as for now, at least I like to grab the game in short bursts. I probably play it for 1-2 hours, and I get a blast. I get a lot of fun out of it. So that's my
Nice.
that's my number 10. I mean my number 9.
Good. So that's number 9. Now let's go on to our number 8. So
Number
next, let's see.
number 8.
Number. I know. I was just. We should put like a cool graphic. Number 8. Cool. Now my number 8 game has to be Soma. Now Soma is made by the same creators who made Amnesia. Not Amnesia 2. Amnesia 2 was made by the Chinese Room, and that game sucked. So it's like it's like BioShock 2. That type of game that it disappeared. Like you don't want to even. It's not even in your memory. You want
Yeah.
it to disappear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Same thing as with this one. But I love Soma is actually a very good game. It's one of those games that the story is so captivating that you keep on going for the story, and the interaction of the game is like the bonus. It's like watching a good ass movie, a sci-fi horror movie. So I mean, if you liked Amnesia was more, it was story driven, more horrifying, but Soma is more it more taps in the realm of sci-fi, and
Uh-huh.
it kind of makes you think what is living, what makes something alive, even though if it's not organic. It's just I cannot explain. I mean, I don't want to say any spoilers, but the game does make you think what is alive and what is not. What is alive and what is a machine and what is alive. That's all I could say. So Soma has made my top 10 list.
Nice. That sounds like that's one of those games that I have not been able to play, but I'm very very tempted.
You like it, dude. I mean, I think it's like $9.99 now. It should be on sale, but it's one of those games. It's easy. You could. It's like a 10-hour game, but it's one of those games. It's like, wow, it makes you think, and I don't know, dude. It's just one of those games that you really do need to play. It's pretty good.
What I like about the game of what I've seen is the aesthetics. It looks very much like BioShock. And well, as you know,
Very
one of
good
my
point.
favorite
Yeah.
one of my favorite games of all time is BioShock. So that's what kind of like
Of course.
makes me interested in that game. There's a lot of games that I haven't played. A lot of games that I haven't played that could be on the list, but I just didn't even play them. For example, Just Cause 3 is one of those games I haven't played. All right, now my number 8.
It's good. It's good. Number 8. Number 8.
Number 8. My number 8 is Destiny: The Taken King, and
Cool.
it could have been even higher on my list because probably it's one of the games that I play the most since the expansion came out. It could have make it. It could have made it a little bit higher if it wasn't because the game got repetitive to a point. But still, the game corrected a lot of the things that were wrong on the previous on vanilla Destiny. Um,
Oh yeah.
it added a lot of meaningful content, and well, the base good things about the original game hasn't changed at all. The shooting still feels tight. Playing with different classes is fun. Grinding is fun. It looks really good. Everything that was good with the original game is still there, plus all the new additions, which um, to me make it feel like a sequel. That's why I also include it as a different game, because it is not only like expansion. It does feel like a complete different experience. And yeah, it's one of those games that I put the most time. It's one probably of my top four games that I played over 100 hours just this year alone. So for that, I have it as my number eight.
Nice. Okay, good. That's a good one. Let's see. Now that's your number 8. Now we are down to number 7. All right. So next, now my number 7 is. I know this game didn't make your list though.
Okay.
It
Well,
has to be for my number 8 is actually I'm sorry, number let's see, yeah, number
number
7
seven.
is
Number seven.
Mad Max. Mad Max. That's my number 7 is Mad Max.
All right.
Now, now this game I really really enjoyed it. It's just one of those when you play the game, it's pretty much I I've been a fan of Mad Max ever since the beginning, even the movies back in the early was it early 80s, late 70s. And and being like a fan of the game, I like the new movie. And with this game, it's like the machine you're trying to create. The car is pretty much like the soul of your protagonist. It's your it's your machine of survival. So it's pretty much like an RPG, but instead of updating your character, you're pretty much updating your car as well. I mean, it's like part of your soul. But and plus, other than that, I love the car scenes. I love hijacking the what's it called the truck missions. I mean, it's almost like playing the movie pretty much. It's like playing RPG Twisted Metal. Let's say
Hmm.
that.
All right.
And for that, I mean, I really enjoyed the game. Yeah.
Fair enough. I didn't hate the game. Now let's make that clear.
Mhm.
I just yeah, it didn't make it on my list. I'm telling you that for sure. But again, it's one of those
Uh,
games that could have been on my list probably in 2014. It's just that I don't know that it got personally got to a point it got a little repetitive. But yeah, it's a fair
uh-huh.
addition. There is a lot of people. It is one of those games that people either loved it or hate it, so it's understandable.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, that's very true.
All right, so my number seven. Um, this is um, this is one of my sweet darlings of gaming. Hotline Miami 2 is my number seven.
Ah, yeah.
Well,
I figured that'd be more on your list. I knew it.
yeah, and it could have been a little bit higher just because there are
Mhm.
some things on Hotline Miami 2 that Hotline Miami 1 did better. For
Right.
example, the balance of the game is all over the place. There are some parts that are levels that are almost impossible, but it's still the same level of
Yeah.
satisfaction that you get when you beat a level after you've been stuck a couple hours there. Is pretty much
Sure.
unrivaled, and well, the game graphical looks better than part one, and even though it's a little deceiving that it has a 18-bit graphics, but they're like probably some of the best pixel art there is. Really detailed, really gruesome and visceral. Well,
Uh-huh.
the music is pretty much it has the best. It has probably the best soundtrack on the of any soundtrack of the year. Arguably, it has the best soundtrack on 2015.
Yeah,
Um,
I bet.
and it did improve a lot of the things. Even though I just mentioned that there are a lot of things that Part One did better. There's a lot of things that Hotline Miami 2 did way better than Part One. For one, the shooting, the game variety, how the story was delivered, stuff like that. That was improved. The size of the level, the size of the game itself is decisively is a very big it's a long game. It takes about 12
Yeah.
hours to finish. So yeah, if it didn't have a couple more flaws, it would have been higher. It would have been easily top five on my list. Well, beside the fact that the top five are like they are all of them are game of the year, so quality material. So it had tough competition. But yeah, that's pretty much
Cool, cool.
my number seven.
Awesome. Number 7. All right. Now that takes us to number 6. Now let's
Number
see.
six.
Number 6. Now, my number 6 game has to be Halo 5. Now, pretty much what you said earlier, it's pretty much the opposite of what I have because I'm able to play it online. And this game it also has a lot to offer. I mean, you also have like a mediocre, main story mission. I do love the little details that they actually added onto the game, onto the gameplay. Like the armor can now dash, or you could hit from up above. Kind of adds a little bit to the mix. It was risky, but for me it worked out. And I do love the multiplayer. I like the what's it called? The what was it? The
Warzone.
war
Warzone.
zones. The war zone is actually pretty fun. I mean, with the war zone, it just adds a lot of probabilities and also challenges. So that's pretty fun. I mean, with that, I could pretty much play Warzone the whole time. So that's pretty cool. And also the regular multiplayer, which is I say it's those are always fun within Halo. I mean, I'm pretty much familiar with all of them. So this game has also a great package and a lot of replay value. Haven't had a lot of time to play as I should, but I mean the game is fun, and also the rec packs are pretty rewarding. I do like the rec packs, and also the fact that you have to actually manage your packs as well in Warzone. That's pretty cool. I mean, I could spawn a tank or a banshee depending if I have it or not, and doing that could also change your chances in battle to winning or losing. So that's why Halo 5 has made it onto my top 10.
All right, awesome. Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
I actually was expecting you giving it a higher place, but probably the fact that you haven't played as much as you wanted, that's probably why it fell
Yeah,
below top
I
five.
haven't. Yeah, I
But
really haven't. Yeah,
still number six is pretty good. Number six
it's
of
pretty
like
good. It's pretty good.
50 games that could easily make the list.
Oh man, yeah. You know what? We could have did a top 50 combining me and yours. We could actually easily done that,
And that would have been enough, man. All
I
right,
think. Yeah.
so my number six is Rise of the Tomb Raider. Now
Okay. Okay.
I that was a game I was actually on the fence about getting because well, we all know that the game is coming out next year on PlayStation, so they probably will pull out some BS like Game of the Year with all DLC edition, whatever. But
Yeah, I'll wait for that.
yeah, well, after reading the critiques and also seeing some gameplay, my hype level went from 0 to 10 in just like a day. And the game didn't disappoint. It's actually one of the most fun that I had this year with a game.
Nice. Uh-huh.
Um, the game the game graphically looks good. I won't say it has mind blowing graphics.
Uh-huh.
It has really good graphics. It has a good art direction. But what makes this game makes this game one of the best of the year is the gameplay. The gameplay is what we saw on the reboot, but 10 times better. Controls are tighter. The mission structure, the going into tombs and raiding tombs is one of the best adventuring that I played this year. And something very interesting is how the game is balanced out. For example, one of the main complaints that people had about the reboot was that Lara was like a genocidal maniac, just killing like crazy people back and forth.
Right.
But
Right.
on this game they managed it really well. For example, the balance between combat and adventuring, questing, and puzzles is pretty on point. You are not battling all the time. You are not platforming all the time. You are not exploring all the time. It is very well, very well balanced. So that's one of the things that surprised me the most. And yeah,
Cool.
it made it into my number six. And from this point onward, actually, is where the toughest decisions came, because Tomb Raider could easily make it top three. But the games that I selected on the top five below are pretty much well, the outstanding things, that games that could have been game of the year any other year.
Nice. Cool. Sounds good. Like it. Loving it. Now let's see. So now we're down to our top five, like you just said. So number five. Let's see. Now this game, I didn't beat it, but I have so much respect for it, and actually I need to start playing it again. But it's pretty much the game that you're playing right now. It's Bloodborne actually. Bloodborne has to be made my top five, dude. The thing is, I love the art direction of the game, and also, I mean, the weapons and everything. I love how the weapons are. How some you could retract, or they just change, depending on what you need in battle. And right now, I'm seeing a big pig running you over.
Yeah, spoiler alert, I just killed it a second ago.
But yeah, like I said, this game is. When I first heard of it, I thought it was going to be like Dark Souls or whatnot, but it's pretty much a game on its own. It's actually very creepy. It's creepy. It's kind of disturbing in some parts. Even the boss battles and everything are pretty epic, but this game is pretty creepy and action packed. You don't get much creepy and action packed nowadays. I mean, Resident Evil tried to do that, and they pretty much flopped on that aspect. So I think that's what this game has key for.
Yeah, yeah, nice. Yeah, Bloodborne. That's why we're playing Bloodborne, because we knew it was gonna make it top five in our lists. Well, I haven't mentioned. I don't know. Probably didn't even make it on my list. We don't know that yet.
No spoilers,
No
right?
no spoilers.
It wasn't even in your runner up, and also you're playing it now. Yeah, dude, it's not in your top five at all.
I'm just trying to see what is all the fuss about. That's why I'm playing it.
Yeah, I know. It's fun. It's actually a very good game. I'm impressed with it.
Yeah. Well, my number five is Mortal Kombat 10. Um,
Mortal Kombat X.
yeah. This is the best Mortal Kombat period. It's better than nine. It's probably gonna be a very unpopular statement, that, because a lot of people. Oh, what happened to the girl? Oh, she already left. Never mind. Okay, it's going to be a very unpopular statement, because many people love and they swear by Mortal Kombat 10, 9, and although I think is well, way superior than the original Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat 10
Mhm.
is just the refinement, the all that experience they're garnered with 10, and the support it has gotten from NetherRealms, the roster, the new characters. They are all worthwhile. The whole variation system is really
Mhm.
cool. Graphically, it looks very impressive, especially in motion. The fatalities are probably not the best fatalities on the series, but they are still over the top and fun to pull out. The combo system is really freaking awesome. You can combos, they just make sense. And to someone that plays a lot of fighting games like me, you want to get a game where you feel that all your skills are being tested. Um, that
Mhm.
you can feel that you're mastering, and just not
Button
pressing buttons
mashing.
like crazy. Yeah, like
Yeah,
just
button
button
mashing.
mashing and just getting results. This is a smart game. It's a fun, fast-paced game. Um, it has a lot of depth, and it has probably one of the best story missions on any fighting game, even over Injustice probably. Also by NetherRealms.
Mhm.
They are coming up with a new combat pack, and I'm very hype about it. I'm really excited to play with Leatherface, um, with with the alien. Hit to do some Alien versus Predator matches there and stuff like that. So yeah,
Yeah, it's a good
yeah,
idea.
it is. That's my number.
Awesome. Number five. Okay. So now let's head on to our number four. All right, now on my list, number 4 is Star Wars Battlefront. Now, this game, I think it's pretty much the best Star Wars game to come out, except for Knights of the Old Republic. But that's an RPG, so I can't really, I can't really compare, both of them. So, but for Battlefront, for being a first-person shooter, I think it's one of the best Star Wars games out there. It doesn't have a story, obviously. It's just shoot 'em up, but the graphics are on point. The sound effects are on point. I mean, the fact that the lasers shoot by you, even the TIE fighters that fly by you, it's all on point. And I feel like I'm in an actual Star Wars movie. And plus, some of the matches, you could even tell a great story through one of your matches. I mean, that one time when I took down the AT-AT, while
Yeah.
you're trying to fight off Boba Fett because you try to conquer take over a satellite. Remember that?
Yeah, you can check that stream by the way. It was about it was the it came out the game came out.
Yeah, it came out the week it came out. So I mean, you could tell great war stories through Star Wars, and come on, I mean, it doesn't get better than that. And plus, you could also play the heroes in the game, heroes and villains like Luke Skywalker, Lord Vader, Sidious. I mean, all the main characters that you would have loved to play, you could do it now in this game. So that's like one of the things that I love about it. So that's what it made my top 10 list.
All right. Okay, so my number four. Number four is probably you're gonna be surprised by my number four. Probably you thought this was gonna be my game of the year, but it's not. And I'm gonna explain why in a second.
Uh-huh.
That's Fallout 4.
Fallout 4, okay.
Now, before, yes, as you mentioned, probably many of you viewers already figured, or you thought that it was gonna make my game of the year. It was probably if I would have made this list a month ago or a month and a half ago, it would have made my game of the year. But the thing is, it got to the point that the game I finished the quote unquote main story. I haven't finished the game whatsoever, but it got to the point that it got very overwhelming. So as you notice, I'm not playing Fallout right now. I'm playing Bloodborne, and that's it. But just because I got a little bit exhausted with the game, that doesn't mean nothing about the quality of the game. As everything that I've said, all the good things that I've said about the game, they still stand. It's still an excellent RPG and the the extent of the world. I made my own stories on the wasteland. I already created my own reputation within the settlers. I have these crazy wacky adventures. I have fun building my settlements and improving my towns. The shooting is excellent. They improve on the combat a lot. Something that was missing on previous Fallout games. Um, is excellent. I like the perk system a lot. A lot of people don't like the perk system. They prefer what was on Fallout 3, but I like how it works here because it is more like a Skyrim, and something that I actually did like about Skyrim was the way you leveled up. You actually chose how you
Yeah.
wanted to spec your character, and that's something that I appreciate a lot about Fallout 4. Um, Graphically, I'm also in the camp of people who like how the game looks. I think the graphics are pretty impressive for what the game is. Um, it has a really good art direction. It has some really funny moments. It has some really hard-hitting moments. So it is an excellent game. If it came out in 2014, it would have easily taken Game of the Year. Um, this year it has some flaws that made it drop down a few spots of my top 10. I mean, on my top 3, but that doesn't
Hmm.
speak bad of the quality. Just keep in mind that mm, all of the games from point 0.5 onwards are games that could have easily been Game of the Year any other year. So yeah, that's Fallout 4 is my number 4.
Nice. Okay. So Fallout 4 is your number 4. Now we're gonna go to my number 3,
Damn,
and
we're there.
this is gonna be This is gonna be repetitive. It's Fallout 4. You just got done you just got done talking about it, but let me put it my spiel on this game. Now, of course, I'm a big Fallout fan. I mean, the the game is it's different. It has a lot of upgrades, but the thing is, what I really do like about this game is that you can pretty much, like you said, you could create your own adventure. I mean, there's one part where like I have to do a mission, and in between that mission, I did other various missions, which actually changed the outcome of the mission. You know, it's like it's weird how the game talks to itself. In other words, like
Mhm.
if I save somebody in God knows where in some sort of swamp, some other person heard about it and they have a mission for me. It's like the game it thinks for itself. I mean, I like how whatever you do can actually change the world around you. And also, like you said, the perk system is good. I do like the perk system. I mean, you have to be like level 150 or 200 to get everything, which is which is fine. And also the combat is awesome. I do love the combat. I like the bat system. That's you can't beat that. And also, I love the art direction. The even though it's like what 2070 or somewhere far into the future, it still looks like the 50s, but high tech. I just love that that art direction that they have. And I mean, and other than that, I mean, it's just I love playing it. It's hours of gameplay. They added a lot of stuff to it, like the settlements, like you said,
Uh-huh.
building your own little fortress, and that adds a lot of gameplay. And also, you can have like your small businesses on the side. You know, one caravan going to another place, and it's just that wow, the game it has so much. And right now, I'm actually trying to beat my other games because right now we're like in a little break of gaming. I mean, no new games are coming out like in a few months. So right
Yeah.
now, I have to go back to my other games and beat them. But for Fallout 4, it had to make my top 10. I mean, I love the game, and it's like I said, it's one of those games that you could have you have like an adventure that you never even planned. You know, like there's all these little Easter eggs. It's like the map to me is kind of small, but it's so full of things. Each 5 steps you find something, and that
Uh-huh.
little something could have a backstory of something bigger. You know, like I said, like I found a church, and the church actually has a bunker in the bottom, and the bunker in the bottom has a story that leads to another mission, and yada yada yada. It just branches out. That's Fallout 4 for you, and I pretty much love that.
Yeah, no, and everything that you mentioned is pretty much like those things that New Vegas didn't have, and now Fallout 4 has.
Yeah, New Vegas was weird. Yeah, yeah, New Vegas. I kind of skipped that one. So,
No, it is a Fallout 4 is an awesome game, and I am actually really excited about the mods because there are some already really cool mods that came out from little visual adjustments, balancing and stuff like that. So
oh yeah,
so
oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure that Fallout 4 is one of those games that will get better as the time goes by. Um,
DLC, man. There's gonna be some. It's not DLC. They're gonna be expansions.
yeah,
So I mean, I'm waiting for that. That's gonna be awesome. I mean, you can't have Fallout without DLC. Come on, which Fallout did not have DLC?
yeah.
I
Plus,
mean, each Fallout had at least like 5 DLCs, no 4 or 5 DLCs at least.
and I can vouch for the quality of the DLC on Fallout games. Is they have really good. They've been always put really high quality DLC. Um,
Hmm.
that added, uh, just the DLC on Fallout 3 had more content than many other games that I can think of.
They had a lot of meat on them, dude. Those DLCs had a lot of meat on them. And like I said, they're not DLCs; they're expansions. They have to be just expansions, too.
Yeah,
So it's pretty cool. I can't wait for that.
yeah. Well, now I'm getting to the heaviest hitters.
Uh-oh. And I
Um,
think we have the same ones, to be honest, dude.
yeah.
I think we have the same ones. It's gonna be repetitive.
Well, the top three, yeah. I think the next we will talk about the next three games a lot for the next probably 15 minutes or so. Okay, so my
Hmm.
number three. This is another game that you might have thought that probably was my game of the year, but it's not. That is Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain.
Okay. At least
Now,
it's top three. That's like pretty much game of the year still, though.
yeah, yeah.
Top three is still good.
I will not only number two and number one are interchangeable. They are both my game of the year. Just One is number two for certain things. But anyways,
Hmm.
I'll cross that bridge once I get there. So the main reason why, well, first of all, the reason just why it didn't make it as game of the year is because all the things that are missing. Um, not putting aside all Konami drama and all Konami bullshit. You can see that there's a lot of things that the that Kojima couldn't complete with the game. But
Yeah, exactly.
that did not diminish the quality gameplay wise. It has the best gameplay it has the best gameplay, just pure gameplay mechanically wise, of
Mhm.
any year probably from the past probably I dare to say 15 years. Revolutionary that I could think of is probably the original Metal Gear and probably even Symphony of the Night. Is that caliber of game? Like it is a classic.
Yeah,
It's one of those
oh,
games that is
definitely.
destined to be a classic. Unfortunately, yes, the game is missing content, it's incomplete, the story is incomplete, and all that. But even with what it has over 100 hours of game. Uh, it is a lot of fun. It visually is impressive. What it accomplishes on the PS4, that's not um, well. What I did what I did just to make it run the 360 and the PS3, but just how it looks on the PS4 and the PC is just amazing. And the whole mother-based
Exactly.
customization,
Exactly.
the whole
Yeah.
mother-based customization that even though it also feels underbaked, it is still very impressive. So just with what it has already. The only thing that I was very disappointed about was the multiplayer component. I thought it was going to be more engaging, just like all the old times with Metal Gear 4. Play
Hmm.
a hell out I play a lot of Metal Gear 4 multiplayer, but I was a little disappointed that did dock some points.
Hmm.
That's one reason she didn't make it higher on my list too. But
Okay.
overall, it's a freaking amazing game. I am very I want to see what would Kojima accomplish if he would have given and would have him given enough time to complete the game. It would have been probably the best game ever. But as it is right now, it's just number three on my list. Um, and Number three on my list, and I'm very excited to see what's Kojima coming next with
Oh
his
yeah, with
new studio.
his new studio. Yeah. Oh, I can't wait for that either.
Yeah,
Cool.
that's one of probably the best things about Metal Gear 5 being out. That now Kojima is free to start new things, and yeah, really
With no
cool things coming.
restrictions. No
No,
restrictions.
no restrictions. That's right. All right,
Cool. All right. So now we're gonna make it on our number 222 list. So
two.
let's see, and we're gonna get repetitive again. So my number two is actually Metal Gear Solid 5, which was your three, is my number two. And and for this, I mean, the game, like you said, the game has so much to it. I mean, um, now I'm talking about like the main story missions. There's also your side ops, and your side ops is like another 50 to 80 missions, I don't know, side missions. And you said the mother base. The mother base, you could upgrade it the way you want it. And I wish there was a little more customizable, like when you build your 4 levels, it automatically builds the 4 levels wherever it wants. If it was like a type of Minecraft or something like that with your mother base, that would have been kind of cool, right? Like you could put this certain type of base over on this side or put this thing on that side, but I guess that would have kind of ruined the story content as well. But other than that, I mean, the game has so much. Even the FOB missions. I mean, the part that you could infiltrate other bases, and the game it has so much to it. A lot of gameplay, and also it's of course it's Metal Gear, and I love how Kojima has a lot of little details in all his games. I mean, like for example, one small detail is that when you for example, if you tranquilize a soldier, if you tranquilize him, and if he falls in a puddle of water, he actually dies of drowning in the puddle of water if he's face down in it.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
that's it's like those little weird but cool details. You would probably miss it, but I love details. I do take an account for that, and Kojima is always so damn good at that. And this game is pretty much when I played Ground Zero, I thought it was difficult as hell because you didn't have the certain satellites where you know the image cones where the enemies were coming from. But playing the game over and over again, it pretty much conditioned me to be a badass spy, you know, like tactical and everything else. Now I know the game pretty much in and out, and it's not difficult. It comes natural, and also just the game is just fun as hell, dude. So I mean, if you try to do a mission, you could attack that mission in almost like any way possible. There's like probably 5 to 10 ways in order to accomplish your mission, and that's including even go gung ho firefight to not even killing anybody and getting a high score. You know. So I mean, and like I said, this game is pretty much a high caliber, and yeah, this game is definitely it's fun, man. I mean, Metal Gear is back, and like you said, the downside is not the full game. I mean, if you have the disc, if you get the special edition, if you have the disc has scenes that are not even in the game, and they talk about it. So I mean, it's like what the hell. I mean, I really wish that Konami did not tamper with it, and I want to know what those plot holes are, but to be honest, now I don't think we're ever going to find out. And I don't think Kojima's ever going to work on Metal Gear. Obviously, like you said, he has his own studio, so we're never going to know. So this is pretty much like the last Metal Gear Solid game I'm going to play, because if anybody else takes it over, I don't think it's going to be the same. If Platinum Games take it over, I don't think it's going to be the same. So I don't know, but that now we're steering off to something else. But other than that, this game is awesome. I love it. There's so much to it, and there's hours of gameplay. So that's number 2 on my list.
All right, and just a little extension of that discussion. It is actually, if you think about it, it's actually really sad that that pretty much we're seeing, and just because of political bullshit, not even because of
Yeah.
Kojima
Yeah, it's
itself.
all money. It's all deals with money, dude. It's like, what the fuck, really?
Yeah,
You know?
and yeah, it's sad that we're seeing the end of an era just because of stupid, uh, stupid, uh, stupid suits that don't know shit about games. But well,
Yeah, dude.
thankfully, we'll see Kojima doing some awesome stuff with all the freedom and all the creative power that he could muster. Well, Metal Gear Solid is dead, but long live Metal Gear, I guess.
What if it
Now
comes out in the studio called Gear Metal?
it will be called.
Uh,
It will be called. How did I say it the other time? Mineral Gog or some shit like that.
Mineral Cog. Yeah.
uh,
Or
um,
the what's
well, yeah, I don't know. Just the things that he's been showing. Just the, the stupid logo for his new
his new
studio
studio?
is so badass. Like, dude, if this is just how the
That's
logo
crazy
looks like.
looking.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
this is
it's
how the
crazy
logo
looking.
looks like, just imagine how the games are going to be like.
I remember his mission statement. He says that he wants to now from here to his lifetime, he wants to make the best and biggest games he can. So he's going to give 100%, especially in his own studio. Now this is really his baby. Whatever he creates now is going to go down in history. So, and I know he's not going to disappoint. He never disappoints, dude. He pretty much caters to gamers, and he knows what gamers want. Obviously, I mean, he hasn't let anybody down yet. So
Yeah. No, and he has a very ambitious project too, because he wants to branch out into anime and comics and movies and all that stuff. And I'm sure I don't wish him luck because I'm pretty sure he's gonna be very very successful. He has our money, I can tell you that for sure.
yeah, if
And
there's
Kona
any does it Kickstarter or anything, he has my money.
exactly. The only thing that I can say just to close this is fuck Konami.
Or Konami.
All right, so I'm in a very complicated section. I'm gonna get swarmed by beasts right now, but they're all my children. So okay, okay, I'm going to make a little break because right now I'm fighting like 10 beasts, as you'll see.
Yeah, I
Once
remember
I
this. There's that hanging one in the middle of the room, like disgusting hanging one,
yeah.
mutilated beast in the middle of the church or something.
Yeah, and actually, one with this, I want to illustrate my number two. Now, it's just something I want to mention before I reveal my number two. Is number two and number one, they are pretty much the same. So this is just consider this number one part one, and the other game number two part two.
Number one, part one.
And as I mentioned just a moment ago, the only thing why I chose one over the other for game of the year on my list is just because very little things. But well, as you could probably guess, my number two or my first game of the year for 2015 is Bloodborne.
Bloodborne.
And just talking about it, it gives me the chills, man. It is just freaking awesome game. It's one of those games that get better the more that you play it.
Yeah.
As you know, I introduced you to the Souls games with Demon Souls back in the day. So I've been playing Demon Souls since Souls games since Demon Souls, and it's just pure gameplay bliss. It's games that demand that you know what's up with gaming, that you know about games, that you know they respect how smart you are as a person. They're aesthetically very, very. I'm sorry, I just fighting against a difficult monster, and pretty much that illustrates my point. It's just pure gameplay bliss. This playing Bloodborne. The other day, I was having a discussion with this guy. Well, no, it was long ago, just before Bloodborne came out. He was saying like, you're just how can you be excited about a game when all you do is just fight the stupid AI enemies, which is bullshit in of itself because there's a
It's
PvP mode.
perspective, man. It's all perspective, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm like, dude, just having that little dance with a monster, knowing that could be it, that you could die and lose all the progress that you have accumulated for the past hour. It's
Oh
just
man.
it's
Pumps your heart,
exhilarating.
dude. It pumps your heart, man. I don't know
Exactly.
how many times I almost had a damn heart attack on that game because I have so many souls. I'm going to go somewhere. And the thing is, with this game, you gotta be focused 100% because there's one time where I get so overconfident, and with 3 good hits, you're done. I mean, I don't know how many times I got overconfident and I died, and that's my fault, you know.
hmm Exactly. No, exactly. And this is pure gaming. This is gaming on its best, at its best. Something that demands ability, that offers a really deep, rich story. Um,
Hmm.
I've been for the past few days. All of a sudden, I put down Bloodborne for the best out of 8 months. But all of a sudden, I
Hmm.
just picked it up again. I bought the DLC. I haven't been able to unlock it. That's what I'm doing right now, trying to unlock the DLC. Um,
Hmm.
Now that probably sounds so negative, but no, it makes sense. Just trust me. Once we get there, if we get there, you'll see. Um,
Nice, nice, nice,
and
nice.
um, and this gaming on its purest form. It is just something that respects you as a gamer. Offers you very high emotions, like all the time you are on the edge of your seat. Every
Oh
encounter,
yeah.
even though I quit 100 times, every time that I fight it again is a new fight. And well, this is the best. It is the best Souls game. I can put it like that, and I don't say that easily. It is the game, the Souls formula on its purest form, the most refined it's been, and I could not be,
Hmm.
and I could be more hyped for Dark Souls 3.
Yeah.
Miyazaki is back. I just got Dark Souls 2, a game that I refused to buy for the longest time, and I
Uh-huh.
played it, and I just validated the reasons why I didn't want to play it. It just feels like fan fiction. It wasn't made by Miyazaki, and I'm very Puritan when it comes to that. I rarely like a game that wasn't made by the original creator,
Like
and
Bioshock 2.
like Bioshock 2, because
Yeah, that's one of them.
it messes with the original formula. But anyways, I don't want to criticize. I don't want to make it about a critique for Dark Souls 2. Just
Hmm.
Bloodborne is my number two, but let's consider it my game of the year number one. Yeah, you're welcome,
Part one,
Bloodborne.
game of the year, part one,
Part one.
the sequel.
And I'm pretty positive because I didn't hear this on your list. I'm pretty positive that your number one and
Oh
my
yeah,
number
I
one
know
will
what
be the
your
same.
number one is. I mean, the number one, we both have the same number one because this game was not your runner-up, nor I haven't heard it yet. It has to be your number one. If you haven't put this
Okay.
game with your number one, I would be so surprised, dude. I'd be like, how can you hate this game?
Okay,
So you might
okay.
as well just go out with it, dude.
Okay, okay. Let me guess. It is Hair
Uh-huh.
Story.
No, it's Loco Cycle.
Oh shit. Or what is it? What is it? The never mind. I was to follow.
Was it Ride to Hell? What was it Road to Hell?
Road to Hell
That, like the
Retribution.
worst
No.
game they got. Yeah,
What,
Road to
what,
Retribution.
what was that? What was that roller coaster game that was for Xbox One?
Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Yeah, no, I don't know. It has a different name. Now, one thing, if you didn't hear any Nintendo games, it's because we don't have Nintendo consoles. So, and,
Oh
and
yeah, please don't get hurt off that. We don't have a Wii U. I do want to get one, but I just never got around to it. I could barely play these games, let alone have another console. So
yeah,
I mean, eventually I will. I mean, I do. I love Mario Kart. I love Smash, but I just don't have the time. This is the only time I have here for these.
yeah, and honestly, to be honest, I have a personal beef with Nintendo. I don't like there's one thing that I don't like about Nintendo. That's their everybody wins mentality. I hate that. It just takes away the excitement of gaming. So that's why
Hmm.
I stopped playing Nintendo games. So I'm not very interested, to be honest. Neither Splatoon, Mario Maker, or Xenoblade, which are the heavy hitters for Nintendo this year. I don't even I wouldn't even play them even if I had a Nintendo console. But if you didn't hear it, Nintendo games, that's the main reason. We just don't have Nintendo consoles to play them on. So it would be unfair just
Yeah.
to give it a price or not if we didn't play them, right?
Yeah, and then plus, I mean, we were raised off Nintendo. They were like the pioneers of our gaming careers, so we have no beef with that whatsoever, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So going back, so your number one is your number one and my number one is the same game.
It has to be because it wasn't your runner-up, or it was. And plus, we were joking. It wasn't Loco Cycle. It wasn't Ride to Hell Retribution. It wasn't
Or
those games, all right? Because that
or
would have been a
hair
horrible. Like, yeah, it's those games, all right, guys. Good night. All
or
right, dude.
or hair story or one of those
Her
shitty games.
story, none of that stuff, dude. So, and okay, for this, our number one is pretty much Witcher 3. I mean,
That
it
was
just
yeah
has to be. So,
yeah
yeah. And let's do this. So, on my take on Witcher 3, I played 1 and 2, and these I remember the games I talked about before on my list. I talked about games that are story driven, and I mean, and the gameplay of the game is just a bonus. This game has both. It's story driven and it's just a massive RPG game. I mean, it's all a well-rounded game. Story, action, um, upgrading your character, making your own story, tons of side missions, and there's 2 expansions. I got the first expansion, which I started playing
hmm
a few weeks ago, and it incorporates very, very, very well with the world of The Witcher. And plus, I mean, I played 1 and 2, like I said, and it has so much backstory. The way they talk about this game is like if it really existed. I'm talking about politics. What's it called? The mythos, the legends in the game. I mean, they talk about it like if it really, really existed. And I heard that it comes from real folklore, right?
yeah yeah. It comes from real Polish folklore.
From real Polish folklore, and it shows. I mean, it really does show. And this game is, and it's beautiful. The game is it's straight up gorgeous too.
Yes, when I played The Witcher 3 back in the day when it came out, I had made up my mind. I knew this was gonna be game of the year.
Hmm.
The game is beautiful, not only on the aesthetics, on the superficial part, but also on the intrigue, and the intrigue, as it's on the news. It says, just as you mentioned, it is a believable world, and
Hmm.
not because, and I want to mention this, not because our must-watch video is a Witcher 3 video, but
Yeah, it is.
and
It is. You're right.
Yeah, but I do recommend it play on Polish, by the way. I stand
It
by
is.
that.
It's awesome. I did that. I did that. And when you hear it in Polish, it fits the world that it's in. It fits, and it sounds beautiful too. I mean, I'm not used to hearing, Polish languages around here or anywhere, but listening to there, I'm like, wow, you know what? This fits very, very well.
Yeah, yeah, no, and as I mentioned, there is one thing that made me pick The Witcher as my number one over Bloodborne, and that was
Hmm.
the way it delivers the story. Now I'm gonna go back a little bit to Bloodborne. Bloodborne has a very deep, very very deep and complicated story, and a very beautiful story for what it is too. Um, but it is very obtuse. If you are not a hardcore gamer, if I'm gonna sound like a prick, but if you are not smart, you won't get this you won't get the story. You will just think that you're just this guy walking around killing beasts. So it is very hidden. The way that the story is delivered in Bloodborne is very
Yeah.
very obtuse and just for very hardcore gamers. So that's why Bloodborne won my number one spot on my list because
Hmm.
The Witcher it has the best storytelling on gaming that I've seen since ever. Rivaling probably stories like Bioshock and Mass Effect. The way the characters interact, the side quests all are meaningful. Everything is crafted so perfectly that you could see the love. It's like watching a painting from the Renaissance. It's like that
Oh yeah.
that big, that big. And gameplay wise, it has really really good gameplay. Pick up controller and play. That type of gaming
Hmm.
experience is really good. Some
Oh
people
yeah.
when they start playing the game for the first time, they're like, "Oh, this game is too complicated." But once you get the whole preparation and potion stuff, it just
Oh man, you get into it.
explodes into this beautiful canvas of gameplay.
Hmm.
Yeah, the only reason why I picked Witcher over Bloodborne is that just the way it delivers a story, um, how rich the world is. The game looks beautiful. The game sounds beautiful. Um, it made me want more, even though we already know Geralt's story is already over. And the next thing that we'll see from Project CD Red will be Cyberpunk, which
Cyberpunk.
I'm extremely excited about because I love Cyberpunk things.
Dude, this game we've been hearing this game for the past 5 years, man. Cyberpunk.
Yeah,
We've been yeah looking after it.
and now with the presence of The Witcher, I could not wait any longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's officially Witcher 3 is a reboot robots game of the year 2015, I guess.
Yeah.
Congratulations, CD
Yeah.
Projekt Red. I
And
w
also I mean, we'll be playing your games forever and ever. Whatever
yeah,
games you come out with, we'll
we,
be
w-
playing them forever and
we will send you your award by mail if we ever get the money to get you an award.
ever.
But it was a very awesome year for gaming. Honestly, it was
It was
very
very
awesome.
awesome. There was a lot of games. Looking at my list, I'm like, damn, I'm missing these games. And my list would have been pretty huge if we didn't have no limit on how many games we played and loved. I mean, it's like, wow, it's been a lot of games this year, man.
Exactly. There are little indie games, for example, Rocket League. Everybody's making a big fuss about. Yes, it's a good game. Then as you notice, I didn't even mention Mad Max. I didn't even mention Dying Light. Batman didn't make it on my list. There's a reason why.
Yeah,
Um,
Batman didn't make it. Yeah.
they didn't make it even in my runner-ups. Their main reason is even though the game is good, it was more of the same. So to me, it didn't top City. It didn't top
Hmm.
Arkham Asylum. It was just more of the same. So so that's why since it didn't revolutionize anything, that's why it didn't make it on my list. But that doesn't mean the game is bad. Then
No, no, of course not.
then from example, a personal favorite of mine that nobody likes and very controversial, The Order 1886. That's a game that I loved. Um,
Oh
I,
man.
there are games that I didn't, and I'm pretty sure you didn't get to play. For example, Until Dawn, we didn't get to play that, and it's making everybody's lists and stuff. PC games like Undertale, that everybody's also raving about. So there were a ton of games that didn't even make it on the list. It was a very, very, very awesome year for gaming, honestly.
It was. It was. I mean, it just blew the doors out down. I mean, we got Witcher, we got Fallout 4, we got Metal Gear. Those three games for one in one year. Damn, that's like it's good right there, you know? Those are like hard hitters, and there we got all these other games on here too, but it was an incredible year. I'm very grateful to even have these games in my possession too.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, it doesn't seem that 2016 that 2016 will lose momentum. We will start, as you said, just we have like a month and a half just to enjoy what we already have, finish the games that we have pending, because
Yeah.
we'll start kicking off with artists coming,
Street Fighter 5, Deus
Qua
Ex. Can't forget
Quantum
that big boy, man.
Quantum Break, Deus Ex, Final
Quantum
Fantasy
Break, Deus
15,
Ex, yeah.
Final Fantasy
Woo!
15.
7, 7, 15.
Uh,
Damn, right there, man, right there. Once again,
and
there
that
goes our
was
wallets
that's what just comes
for
on top of my.
2016.
Yeah, 2016 will just be as crazy as 2015, if not
Yep.
better, if not better. Yeah,
And
so
hopefully you'll join us for next year's top 10 and 10.
top 10 and 10. So yeah, and it was actually it was better than I thought. I thought I was gonna die a couple times, but I didn't die once.
Nice. You have a good run.
Yeah, well, I'm really good at Bloodborne, as you can tell. Yeah, sometimes I get frustrated and stuff, but that doesn't change the. Yeah, it just makes the game even more exhilarating. It's just a rush of feelings. It is a great gaming experience. It is like, you know what? Bloodborne for me is like it feels like those NES games where if you die you knew that you had to start all over again. And also I was thinking about it, and Bloodborne is probably the closest thing to Castlevania, to a good Castlevania we will ever have.
Yeah, actually, you know what? You're right. I do miss my Symphony of the Night though.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and also next year more games that we're gonna get. We're gonna get a Bloodstain, which is the game by Koji Garashi, the guy who made Castlevania. Great. So we're gonna have a quote unquote Castlevania, classic Castlevania coming up. Whatever Kojima is going to reveal next year, VR is coming next year, and you bet your pants that we're gonna be talking about that. Um, we gotta see some more things about Shenmue, about Kingdom Hearts. Um, Gears is coming up next year as well, uh, and many, many, many more things are coming up next year.
Oh yeah, can't wait, man. Can't wait. And next year is already here, so bring it on.
Yeah, next
We'll
year is
review
already
them. We'll take
today.
them on.
That
Yep.
tomorrow is today, literally.
The tomorrow is today. That sounds so deep. That's so deep, dude. I'm like mind blown.
Yeah, so it sounds like like a stoner quote.
Still, I know. Sound like a yoga instructor.
All right, so well, guys, let us know what your top 10 game of the year are on the comments below. If you agree, disagree, whatever. Um, these are our educated, educated, educated picks, but you are free to pick yours. And let us know what you thought about our list, and we'll be seeing you soon. Probably sooner than
Yeah,
you
we'll be
think.
seeing you soon.
Probably
Yeah, and
sooner than
also
you
this is
think.
for much sooner. Actually, I'm going to put up a review later on some collectibles that I have, so we'll check that out. And also, this goes out to Dante Alexander. Yes, actually, we do like Berserk. We've been fans of Berserk for a very long time. We pretty much read all the chapters. You read all the chapters on Berserk, haven't you?
Yeah, yeah. I haven't
You're
caught
up
up
to
with any
date,
of
right?
them. No, I'm not up to date, but there's a good reason behind it, and that's I don't have the time to do it. I don't have to. I haven't
Uh-huh.
had the time, but I'm just like 8 numbers behind. So yeah,
Yeah, I mean with Berserk, we love it. I mean, I even got the Figma character, and I need more Berserk collectibles actually. I mean, I have the first chapter manga, and I have the collectible figure, which I should probably post in my room somewhere. But yes, we're big fans of Berserk. The guy is tough as nails. He's a freaking badass, and yeah, I love we love Berserk.
yeah. Guts is one of my favorite heroes. It's probably top three of my
Hell yeah,
favorite people ever.
yeah.
That's actually
The
that's
guy
actually
cannot be touched. The guy can.
that's actually the reason why I got into the Souls games because of Berserk, because Miyazaki was very open on mentioning how Berserk was inspired by the Demon Souls was inspired by Berserk. In fact, my original save file, if it still exists on Demon Souls, my character is pretty much a female Guts.
I remember that. Remember the big sword that they have on there. The big sword is what they say. It says it's not even a sword. It's just a slab of metal, which is
Uh-huh.
pretty much the same thing they said about Gut's sword. So that's pretty much an Easter egg.
Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah.
So,
Oh, I thought that I was buying bullets, but no, I was actually selling my bullets. So I came out without no invent without consumables. So I gotta go back to the Nexus. I mean to the Hunter stream. All right,
okay.
so
Okay.
yeah, and I'm not we're not much of manga anime specialists with barely. I don't watch or read much manga, only very select little things. But if you want us to talk
Actually, I'm
about,
no, actually something is very mainstream right now. Have you seen One Punch Man?
yeah, I've been watching that. It is really funny
That's pretty
actually.
cool, actually. It's not, yeah, it is actually. It's very weird, a weird take on manga, but or on anime, but yeah. Other than that, I mean, we're not very deep into it, but we know our stuff, though.
Yeah, I'm not. We're not lost. So if
Yeah.
you want us to discuss or you want to discuss with us anything about manga, I will try to do more streams. I
Hmm.
want to stream things like, for example, Isaac, which is a very streamable game.
Oh yeah,
I want to stream
definitely.
more Bloodborne and more games that let us interact with you guys. So if you want us to do more streams and you want to join and talk with us, please let us know. Send us a message. Let us know on Facebook or on the comments below, and we'll work it out so we can interact more with you guys.
Yeah, definitely. Like the man said, put your comments in the comment section below. Any tips, questions, anything. Ask us anything. Could be something. I mean, hell, it could be tips on dating.
Yeah,
Whatever, man.
don't.
What's our favorite Pokemon? I don't know, something.
Yeah,
So,
if you wanna ask tips on dating, ask Charlie. Um, I'm
if you want tips on marriage, I give you good tips on marriage. That's one thing. That's one big thing. Kids, not really, not yet. I don't have any kids, but now we're stirring off. But thanks for joining us, and yeah, I mean, comments, questions below, like and subscribe. We love it, and we'll definitely see you as soon as possible.
yeah. See you very soon.
All right, peace out.
Peace
Happy New
out.
Year. Happy
Happy
New
New
Year.
Year.
Be safe. Don't drink and drive.
Drive and drink.
Drive and drink. Oh no, don't drink and drive, but sip.
Yeah, that's how it is.